Hey guys, welcome back. We're gonna build a trailer to haul that tractor. It's probably part one. It's not technically build it. We're just gonna take this one I got on trade and modify it pretty much. It was made to haul them barns and stuff that you see from like Lowe's, them pre-made sheds. Has like a roller bar across the back we'll get rid of. Then it has this old, let's say I do it this way. Has this old tongue, which doesn't have a locking system. The latch, you just push it down. There's no pin or nothing to lock it. And this jack, which broke. So I got a new jack. We'll probably put it, I don't know, maybe on this bar in the middle. It's a pivot. It's a jack where you pull the pin, you can turn it sideways, take it off, whatever. We'll put it in the middle, make it more stable. Because if you put it on the end here, I don't like that. Plus it's sticking out more. There's eventually gonna be a winch probably over here somewhere, and that used to be where they hooked to come along to pull the buildings on it. So I may leave that just, I don't know, as a backup. We'll probably put a toolbox in here. All that's later on. Now we just want to get the back, we get the grinder and take them bolts out, get that piece off, cut them. Oh, and right here, right there, I got pieces to extend those out because I don't know why they left it. I guess that's all they had was them pieces, but that's just annoying. There's a gap there. So I'm gonna extend it out. The wood will come all the way to here. It's 16 foot right to there. And it's just a little, I don't know what you call it, work zone toolbox. We'll figure it out as we go. So won't bore you with too much of it because no one wants to sit there and watch someone grind and cut. These are low pro tires. They barely come up over here, so it's not bad. We'll probably make a drive over fender or something. These tires, they have a slow leak. Takes about two months for them to leak down, which isn't bad. So we'll probably just get some slime and throw it in there. Paint the rims. It's got two 3,500-pound axles. It's not too bad. Sorry for the scrap shack, crack shack, whatever the hell. It's what I got to work with right now, which is mainly work outside because can't really fit stuff in there. But we'll get this back part cut off, and then I gotta try to turn it around so I can get to it with the welder because I don't have long leads on this welder. All right, we got I got a little chilly. I put my jacket on. But we got two pillow blocks, bearing blocks, whatever you want to call them, on each end. So we'll take them off. Might be using them for something else if they actually work. They don't really spin, so I don't know. But impact guns definitely come in handy with stuff like this. I'll get all the bolts after a little while. It's good to save bolts. It never hurts to have some spare bolts. Yeah, this is a pretty solid bar. I don't know if it's, I think it's a solid bar. Two bearings, which is nice. Just don't have no use for it on the back of the trailer. We're gonna put a ramp up. Now, probably end up cutting these off too. They're just odd. Need to get a piece of angle and put here where we can make a channel for ramps that we'll make in the future. We'll get rid of that. And this odd piece that sticks out, and these lights are junk. We'll put some LEDs in. I don't know if we want to, let's see where the ramp goes. We may make like a little box where it fits in, or get them little round LEDs that we could drill a few holes. But I'll get this all cut off. And we'll show you what it looks like afterward. When you grind, make sure you wear a shield, wear some gloves. Try to wear some long sleeves because I'm cutting disc. Sometimes they break. So, catch you in a bit. All right, update. Make sure you wear your face shield. Harbor Freight, few bucks. Because these little thin disc, sometimes they come apart. And we got one off. Then we get I got some of these DeWalt, like a sandpaper disc. I like these. They're not as loud. And they make things a lot smoother. I got some of these dealies. We'll just clean up that little bit of weld left. And I still gotta I'll take these two off. And that'll be good for now. Then I'll have to get the trailer turned around. And I guess I got this. It's the cheapest Craftsman grinder at Lowe's. So we'll test it out. It's not on fire yet, but we'll see how good it does. So, stay tuned. Well, update 2, we got the other end cut off. It's on there a little different. It's underneath this channel. It's got a weld up under the channel right in there. So I have to cut along the piece and over to get it off. Alright, that's what I had to do. Cut along. We'll have to grind that all up and clean it up. It's already a hole for lights. I guess it's not really bad up under there. This is bent down and tacked. As soon as I cut that, it popped back up to normal. I'll probably just fill that in, grind it smooth, grind disc, there's no sharp edge. And maybe cut that point where it's more flush. Get a little grinding. It's not too bad. The grinder's holding up. It just sounds like a box of rocks. So it may not last long. We got one side done. I'll have to clean that up. And we'll get this side. And there's a weld up under here, so I can't hit it with a disc. So I just cut along. I cut this off, cut that off, hammered this off, then worked on that. So it's coming along. Once that's off, I'll hit that with the sander, knock off the sharp edges, and then we'll flip it around. All right, guys, update. We got them all cut off. This side is pretty poop. It took about 3.5 cutting discs, which isn't too bad because I guess you'd have to use a sawzall maybe. That would be a lot more pain in the ass. That wasn't too bad. Just when you use the grinder, take your rock, don't just plunge it in. Score you a line a couple of times to where you get that little guide, and then you can cut. You run up and down the line and cut. Real easy. Don't just plunge in because it'll start jerking it around. Then the rock will break and it'll be sticking out of your face or something. And if it ever does stick out of your face or neck or something, do not pull it out. Wait till you get to the doctor's, the hospital. Because if it severs a vessel or something and you pull it out, you probably won't make it there. All right, let me show you this other side. It's a hair different. We'll probably have to do some tacking and grinding just to get it buffed out, which I mean, I don't know. It's just gonna be a utility trailer. It'll get beat up. That is what we got going on. We did the same thing on the other side. I also cut that off so it ain't pointy. I'll take a grinder, we'll try to round this off, smooth it out a little bit. Probably maybe cut that. It's hard to get too close with the grinder. It sticks out of hair. We'll round it off, make sure it won't snag you. Stuff ground off. We'll grind this down a little bit. Maybe we'll fill it in, grind it, and kind of smooth it out. Maybe fill this little hole in and grind it out. But the back's looking better. I got the hole basically filled in. I knocked the slag off, and then there's still a little bit of a hole. I haven't stick welded in a few years, and this stick welder is one of them Yes welders, and apparently it's in metric. So it's a little weird, but I'm not gonna get too crazy about it. It's just the rear end of the trailer. We're just gonna paint it, slap some lights in there, it'll be all right.
Next will be flipping that thing around, which this thing is heavy, so I'm gonna have to figure out how we're gonna do that. Probably get a dolly, ratchet strap to the dolly, and I can pull it around. So that'll be the next thing. All right, guys, this is the next day. I got the trailer turned around so we can put our jack on. Still really no place I really want it, but on this bar, I'm probably gonna put it there. It'll be in the center. If you put it out on an angle, I feel like it can kind of tilt a little bit, but if it's in the center, it'll be all right. And get the tongue cut off. I also got some bolts. Weld the tongue on. I'm gonna put 2 bolts on each side, just as an extra safety precaution. It's better to be safe than watch your trailer go past you down the road. So let me get the grinder. We got to grind off a spot on that piece because it's got paint on it, and then bevel the tube that goes on there. Going to bevel a little bit more. You get better weld if you bevel it. All right, guys, I got the piece welded on. I'm gonna put my motorcycle jack under here, pick it up so I can put the jack on because it's on the ground almost. One good thing to have for your stick rods, get you one of these. It just seals them up, keeps the humidity and all that out of it. We can use an old refrigerator with a light bulb. Used to be able to make them with PVC, make shelf PVC with a screw-on cap, but that's probably a lot more money now. Those on Amazon, you can get like 4 or 5 pack for 20, 30 bucks. Keep your rods lasting a lot longer. So let me get this jacked up and we'll put the jack on it and we'll get cutting the tongue off. These things are pretty handy. You can get them Harbor Freight for, or not, I don't know how much they are now. I got this a little while back, so who knows what they are nowadays. There's the piece, it's welded on there. Ground off the little slag pieces. Let's see if we're high enough for it. Yes, we are. There we go. All right, next we're gonna cut this off. We'll put this on. This one has no way of, right here you can put a locking pin. So if this flops up while you're driving, adios. So we got a pin. We can put our carter pin through here, a lock, anything, keep us from coming off. This is at Tractor Supply. And I'll get rid of this part too, that'd be nice. And we'll probably just put a piece of steel in here. Battery, I don't know. It's up to anything. So we'll see if we can get this cut off relatively easy. It feels like there's some stuff up under there. But I'm gonna also drill 2 bolt holes on each side. Get it bolted in too, just as an extra precaution. All right, the old tongue is off. Have to grind that smooth, clean it up a little bit. And now we'll have to grind the paint off, and then we'll get her welded and bolted on. And that'll be the end of the part 1. Part 2, well, I lied. Then we gotta add the extensions on these. Either this part or next part. We will see. All right, guys, the tongue is on. All I gotta do is grind a little bit and then put the bolts in. So, appreciate you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next one, which will probably be just a little short one of some yard work. And then next week we'll get some wood for the trailer, which unfortunately it's about $50 a piece. So we may just get 4 pieces. When we have enough, we can do 2 on this side, 2 on that side. The tractor will be able to drive up on it. We'll see what we got to do. So, you guys stay safe, and I do appreciate it. Like and subscribe, or dislike, whatever you like.